And then sort of the next question is, what hasn't worked for you at all, or what surprised you? You thought, gee, I was going to be doing this, it's going to be great for my marketing effort, but it just bombed or was flat.
I found Facebook a bit frustrating. Facebook, I think, has been frustrating for me as a marketing person to try to figure out the thing at times. I mean, there's a ton of people on it, but it's you can pay for the traffic to come in, but the conversion rates are very, very low. I think some of the way people are categorized or way people categorize themselves is not true. I'll give you an example. I ran a campaign to attract people to sign up for our free course, professionals, that is, to sign up for our professional free course, and I got a ton of people in the United Kingdom for some reason signing up, and I was very excited about it, and I screened them on basically identifying themselves as either physiotherapists or physical therapists. I mean, this is exactly what the screen was, and I followed the rules to the rule book, the Facebook rule book, and when I did find people coming into my MailChimp account, and I looked at some of them, there were like a lot of them were massage therapists, or they were not health, they were not going to buy a complex product like ours. So I bought a lot of traffic, but it was, at the end of the day, I got a ton of traffic, but I didn't get one purchase out of it. So that's been a series of frustrations with Facebook, and I don't think I'm alone in that. I think a lot of people have found Facebook frustrating because you can buy lots of likes, but from like to conversion, I think has been a bit of a mystery to people.
Yeah, interesting. And do you use any other social media, or have you found using, say, Twitter or LinkedIn or other products have been helpful, or is it primarily been Facebook's been your focus?
Well, I think the focus has been organic search. It's largely where we're focused, and we put a lot of time into that. And right now we've kind of got that down, so that we have that built into our habits, our day-to-day habits. So I've basically, like any entrepreneur, you have to do things serially. So I'm actually right now focused mostly on going back to AdWords and tracking. Basically, I'm spending a lot more time on AdWords in terms of driving in traffic into my site that is high quality traffic that eventually leads to purchase. Because what I found is when clients do come in organically, I have a very high conversion rate inside of my funnel. And so when I saw that trend, and again, you look at your data over time, I was like, well, I might as well try to exploit that. I need to exploit that more. And I felt AdWords was the place to go and try that. And then I'll expand and go back and revisit Facebook. My Facebook page, fan page, is all organic. I have I think 400 members on my Facebook page, which is a relatively small number, but I haven't paid for that. But I spoke to a friend of mine who runs they have a new business, a new startup, and they sell a health product. And almost overnight, they went to 4,000 likes. And when I spoke to him, he said, well, I paid for them. I mean, it's not difficult to get 4,000 likes when you go spend it. But to get from 4,000 likes to purchases is what he's finding to be quite challenging. So you have to be, if you're going to spend your money on these programs, you need to make sure, if you're going to spend money, you got to measure. And if it turns out you're spending money and you're making money, you're getting a return on it, then you should spend more money until the return diminishes. And that's my philosophy. So I take them one at a time and try to get some level of perfection on them. Organic doesn't cost you anything other than your time.